Here's the claim that was made. That Trump said he's not sure the economy is that important. This comes from the Associated Press, AP. Here's the truth.
Today we're going to talk about one subject, and then we'll start going back to the other, because we sort of love that, don't we? But it's an important, they say it's the most important subject. I'm not sure it is, but they say it's the most important. Inflation is the most important, but that's part of economy.
So just to set the stage, and because it's always fun, I can't say it any better than he did himself. And then we'll get to the media misrepresentation. Here's Donald Trump starting it off with his speech in Asheville.
Now, this is a little bit different day, because we're talking about a thing called the economy. They wanted to do a speech on the economy. A lot of people are very devastated by what's happened with inflation and all of the other things. So we're doing this as a intellectual speech. You're all intellectuals today. From today and from the day I take the oath of office, we will rapidly drive prices down and make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable again. Does anyone here feel richer under Kamala Harris than Crooked Joe? Kamala Harris wants to be in charge of the entire U.S. economy, but neither she nor her running mate is the beauty, isn't he? He signed a bill. He wants tampons in boys' bathrooms. I don't think so. But they've never held a private sector job in their entire professional careers, and it's no wonder they're both socialists. They're actually beyond socialists. I think they skipped over socialists. That's why I think when people find out, because you don't know who these people are, I think when people find out who they are, I personally don't think they can do well in the election.
I love how he just throws in, like one-liners that he's gotten from movies. Tampons? I said, I don't think so. I said, over my dead body. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the boys' room.
Smoking in the boys' room.
He's just... So, of course, the media is trying to spin what he has said to make him look bad. They want to make him look bad and then tell you that the polls reflect you believe it's bad. What they're doing, it equates to outright lying. So here's the claim that was made. That Trump said he's not sure the economy is that important. This comes from the Associated Press, AP. At one point, Trump seemed to even question the purpose of giving a speech ostensibly devoted to the economy. They want to do a speech on the economy, he riffed, apparently referring to his campaign aides. They say it's the most important subject. I'm not sure it is. Here's the truth. Well, you know what? Let me just show it to you in full context and assume you're not.
Today we're going to talk about one subject, and then we'll start going back to the other, because we sort of love that, don't we? But it's an important, they say it's the most important subject. I'm not sure it is, but they say it's the most important. Inflation is the most important, but that's part of economy.
What? So it's almost like, contextually, he was trying to draw your attention to the finer point as it relates to the economy, the point that affects most Americans, which, by the way, even leftist pollsters have said, hey, that's probably what he should focus on. But here's something else that you may not know, where he said inflation is probably more important and it's a point in the economy. He was literally reflecting the results of an economist poll to the decimal. Here it is from The Economist. Inflation, 97%. People saying that that's the most important issue. Economy, 96%. Taxes, government spending, 94%. This is from the poll taken at The Economist. So he's saying, yeah, and maybe inflation is a bigger deal. And you know what? It gets even worse. Here's another claim. The claim that they're making is that... oh, wait, hold on a second. I moved up because I hit it with my coffee cup. Is that it was a bad day for Trump to give his speech because this again comes from the woke media outlet that you may not know about. They said the economy is awesome.
It's not actually the best day, though, for him to be doing this because the inflation report was a good one. So we're under 3% for the first time since March 2021. It's 15 months that we've seen wage growth go over the inflation rate, which is what everyone wants to see. There was a report out that our U.S. Crude oil production is now 13.4 million barrels a day. So we're outpacing 35% ahead of Russia, 38% ahead of Saudi Arabia. And what we're seeing in the surveys about this, like in Michigan, for instance, there was a FT and the Ross School of Business did a poll together of voters there, and they actually rated Kamala Harris as more trustworthy on the economy than Donald
know
Trump.
who she reminds me of.
Who?
Who here watched Silicon Valley? Noodles? Did you?
I only saw a couple episodes.
Someone out there, Lori Bream, the one,
the
one who's the VC. We're saying, yes, I find this to be disconcerting. She speaks kind of like autistically. She's the person, the money person. I believe her name is Lori Bream. Someone find that. We'll do side by side. We'll play her clip and this lady. She looks like an autistic tech investor.
And in person, she looks the same way.
Yeah. Well, she's going for sexy librarian. She ends up being like unsexy librarian assistant.
Swing and a miss.
So that's their claim. Here's the truth. Inflation still went up by 2.9% with a report that you obviously can't trust, but went up by 2.9%, which would match Trump's highest ever month.
Worst.
Trump's worst.
Month.
Okay.
2.9, meaning his
celebrating
worst
it.
month is kind of is their best in a long time. And then if you look at average month over month inflation, Donald Trump, it was 1.9%. Harris Biden, 5.2% using their numbers. And you know it's worse than that because they don't include all of the same metrics that people have used historically. And I don't know if you remember this, but people mocked Donald Trump when he said we're going to get inflation down. Two. He said, a lot of people say 2. I think 1 is better. Some people say 2 or 3. I think we can do 1. And same thing when he talked about GDP. Like people said he can't do that. He did. He actually did it. You cannot take that away from the man. He made some crazy, lofty promises. And to the surprise of everybody, delivered.
Yeah.
Myself included. You want to know why I've changed my mind? Because I've been there the entire time. Where I said, well, he's bullshitting a little bit. He's exaggerating. And then when we got the numbers, I said, wow, we've never seen this.
Some people still don't believe it because it's a crazy number, and they're like, "There's no way that's real." The news told me it wasn't.
Right. Think about those 3 years. Remember we would come into this office, and I would say, gosh, gas is so cheap. And I was just at Dunkin', which I'll never go again. I said, at Dunkin', they're hiring at like $15.50 an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going, this is... Honestly, people can be doing this is something I've never seen before. And I've never felt what we feel now, where I go, someone who could be making a very good living in this country, they're not making a good living anymore.
They're screwed.
It really is difficult to process how quickly it's changed. And a lot of it is a direct result of the policy coming from Washington, D.C. And some executive orders. Here's another truth, is that inflation outpaced real wages in 5 of the last 12 months. So that means that effectively your dollar is worth less. So total inflation, it's also outpaced wages throughout the entire Harris administration. So inflation has outpaced the growth of wages. What does that mean? That a family of 4 needs to make $17,000 more per year just to maintain the exact same lifestyle since Biden, Harris have taken office. Think about that. Do you think that most Americans since 2021 have seen their wages go up by $17,000 a year?
No.
Your dollar purchases less.
Yeah.
It doesn't go as far. And they want you to blame corporations. Not the corporations they deem too big to fail, the Vanguards, the BlackRock, right? They want you to blame big goldfish.
Yeah.
Or shrinkflation.
Well, it was so bad here. We felt so bad for people that when we signed on with Rumble, one of the first things you told me to do was give everybody an inflation raise. I don't know if you remember doing that, but we gave everybody a raise to help cover some of the inflation that they were dealing with.
It was more than 3%.
It was way more than 3%. No, I mean, it was during the Biden-Harris thing. Right?
Yeah.
So obviously we were like, oh my gosh, like people are making a good living, and then all of a sudden prices go up dramatically. Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden you're hearing people talk about stuff like gas prices are high, food prices, all this stuff. And you're like, we just give them a raise to help out. We'll just take it out of they're doing bad. We'll make sure, meaning the government, they're doing a poor job of managing this. We'll give you a raise to help compensate for that.
Right.
Who knew it was going to be 20%?
Right.
Yeah. Inflation was going to get to.
So we did our
Who
best.
knew?
But I think it was like 7?
6, 7.
6 or 7 was, and then
Which is
across the board and individuals.
It would be a high raise period, even after getting reviewed for some of these positions across the board, not just this company, across the country. That'd be a good rate.
Remember before I had a CEO, I'd give people like 30% raises just because I liked them.
Yeah.
Remember?
But then you took mine away.
Yeah, I did.
was like, oh, man.
Yeah, it's like, come on, you know what I've
Actually,
made.
somebody else took it away. Wasn't you.
Hey.
It happened.
So here's another truth. Here's another truth.
Sorry, Gerald.
Gambling debt, Gerald? What's going on?
No. Different.
They've also talked about, well, she was just talking about oil leases, I believe, in that clip, right?
Oil production. We're out
Production,
Saudi
yeah.
Arabia.
We're outpacing Russia, Saudi Arabia. First off, them saying it should be completely irrelevant. We have more natural energy reserves here in this country than anyone on earth. It's not even close. And we also screwed Russia by purchasing Alaska, so that was a good one. That was a good move.
Well, it's their fault.
That was a good move. They were upset about selling it, and the United States government was upset at the purchase, going, this is wasted land. They didn't understand that they could use it. So the other truth here is that the high oil production you see is specifically because of Trump-approved leases. So they will tell you this, that oil production has increased. It has increased in spite of Biden and Harris. Remember, Harris and Biden have both, at some point, in no uncertain terms, they've said they will ban fracking. They've said that. They've said they will limit offshore drilling until when they run for office, they go, well, maybe there's, and now they want to take credit for it. Let me give you some very clear numbers. The total acres leased, okay, under their tenure. Under Harris and Biden, 250,000 acres leased, right, for energy. Trump, 5 million acres.
Seems like more.
5 million acres. Natural gas pipelines per year, okay? This means the pipelines that have been approved or completed per year. Under Harris and Biden, 11. Under Donald Trump, 25. So 250,000 acres as far as a lease to 5 million. Gas pipelines, 11 to 25. Go check out the references. These are irrefutable. And if you look at the specific anti-energy actions that you've seen from this administration, I believe there were 80-something executive orders from Biden alone, but 200 official actions that have made it harder to produce or extract energy here in the United States. According to the American Exploration and Production Council, no administration has done less than the Biden administration to facilitate new American oil and gas production on federal lands. So, all that to say, Kamala's going to give her speech tomorrow where she's going to be blaming, grocery stores and food companies for the shrinkflation, as opposed to their policies that lead to the increase in costs for everything. I don't know if you know this, things have to be shipped.
Yes, all over the place. I just don't know how, with a straight face, they go, well, we're actually outpacing Saudi Arabia and all these things. And it's like, the rebuttal should immediately be, are you a stupid person? Nobody is saying that the United States production is low. What we're saying is, look at what he has done to make sure that it doesn't grow by 100% more than Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
He's taking these steps to make sure that he kills it. First day, killed the Keystone XL pipeline. That was a signature move from Biden. Killed it the first day. Now, does that affect production? Well, I mean, indirectly, probably, but it does affect oil getting to market. It does affect the jobs of people putting this thing together, right, in the United States. How in the world, with a straight face, can they go, well, see, we've done better in spite of every action we've taken?
Well, they got 3 months left. I mean, give them some time, Gerald.
That's true.
No, I don't want to give them any more time.
And by the way, if you want to be involved with this election, seeing how important it is, do consider signing up at mugclubarmy.com. Enter in your email. You will get no newsletters. You will get no promos. You will get no advertisements. You will simply get a notice when we can use your help. And there are ways that you can assist in serving your community and helping fight back against big tech. There's no pressure. You just sign up. And if you want to be part of the elite of the elite of the elite, trained to eat things that would make a billy goat puke, go to mugclubarmy.com.
And you get pictures of my back hair, but that's about it.
That's true. What did I say I wanted to go back to?
How much is a Mug Club membership if you get a lock of his back hair?
Coffee?
Side by side of what?
No, that's the side by side of Lori Bream. Was that her name?
Lori Bream.
Yeah, we have that.
Okay, but there was something else I was talking about. Maybe Chad will let us know. And I was like, I'll go back to that. When
I
we were
thought it
talking.
was coffee again.
Yeah.
'Cause you were
it
coming
was
back to
coffee.
coffee.
Coffee sucks.
I forgot why, though.
I just pissed off like 80% of the people.
I don't know what it is. Okay, let's bring up the side by
Just cut
side.
Gerald's mic.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But can we show
Remember her? Okay, yeah.
but can we show her speaking? I want to show
have
her
a clip.
speaking in a clip. Okay, so let's show that clip one more time so you can hear this Fox News person speaking.
Okay,
It was clip Fox Economy.
There we go.
Jessica something?
It's
I
not
think?
actually the best day, though, for him to be doing this because the inflation report was a good one. So we're under 3% for the first time since March 2021.
Okay, stop
15
it.
months that
Now we'll bring up a clip of the autistic venture capitalist in Silicon Valley, Lori Bream.
Sell ads.
Yes, I understand that is their current position.
I promised Richard that we would never make them harvest data or sell ads.
However, that language is not part of their term sheet.
It's Lori Bream! Is it just me?
Same person.
No,
It's the
you're
same
right.
person, only Lori Bream is hotter. Keep watching. Click. Keep watching. Click. Keep watching. Click the keep watching. Click. Keep watching. Click. Keep watching.